Croatia!
England! Oh, wait. Nope.
No,
England didn't make it.
Croatia actually beat them.
Croatia. Yeah. France.
This is can be strange because by the time this episode comes out, the World Cup will be over. We're going to know exactly who won.
Yes, you're right. You're exactly right. The World Cup was yesterday or a day ago.
Yeah.
Or 2 days ago. I don't know. Whenever you're listening to this.
It's a weird little time capsule where we're only relevant for the 2 days after this past final game. And now we have to try and spin it into an intro. So I'm gonna give this to you, James. How do we spin this?
So you're saying congratulations, Croatia, or France. Congratulations, France, or Croatia. And I might edit it differently depending on how
I was about to say, if we were really professionals, we would congratulate one or the other and then just pick right.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be editing this
on Sunday
after the match.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna be that. I'm gonna be too lazy for that.
Exactly.
I'm leaving in all this. So congratulations, everyone involved.
I'm going to be really pumped if Croatia takes it. One, because that's my lineage.
Lineage is how they say it in Croatia. So very good.
Yeah. Sorry if I slipped into my native tongue. But yeah, that is my native lineage. I am partly Yugoslavian, and Croatia came from former Yugoslavia. So it is like this weird pride for a place that I've never been and honestly don't know much about. But at the same time, I'm taking French lessons, and so it's like, I'll be able to congratulate one of those fuckers.
You're taking French lessons right now?
Oui.
What does that mean?
It means yes.
Oh, cool. Good for you, Kevin.
Glad I was able to prove it to you. Yeah. How about you? Who do you want to?
I don't care. I was rooting for England and
fuck the world. Welcome to Trailer Hitch.
You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer Hitch.
Grab a seat, pour yourselves some whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these feature releases by the movie trailers. We're Trailer Hitch. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're Trailer Hitch.
We'd like to apologize for offending the world while also welcoming you to Trailer Hitch a second time.
You can apologize.
I'm Kevin.
I'm James, not apologizing.
This is Trailer Hitch, where we rate and review movie trailers. We rate them on a scale of need to see more, or never need to see. If James and I both give a movie a need to see rating, we go and, true to form, we see the movie.
That's right.
We report back to you guys in a segment called Trailer in the Rear View, in which we look at the movie and trailer in retrospect, see how they complement each other, how they hold up, and review both of them separately.
Rear view, get it? It's a review. It's in the rear view. It's it's a pun.
God,
it works on layers.
God, we're clever. Okay, so that is what's going on with our show, but before we get to actual reviews, we do have a brief announcement to make.
That's right.
A listener and friend of the show, Pat McCann, challenged us to a 10-day
movie challenge, which, if you guys aren't familiar with it, you select an image from a film that has impacted you without giving any explanation for it. Now,
it's going to be hard for me because I'm verbose as shit. And so for me to not explain something is a challenge for sure.
Sure, but now Kevin and I are a trailer podcast, so we're going to tweak it, and we're just going to do movie trailers that impacted us in a certain way.
System.
That's right. Facebook is it's the hippest social media app out there. We got to be reinventing it constantly. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely.
Am I right?
We got to do anything we can to forget about the fact that they're just stealing all of our information.
That's right. So look out in the future. I'm putting a vague date on it because we'll do it whenever the hell we want to.
Yeah.
And Kevin's going to do 5 and I'm going to do 5, equaling 10 for Trailer Hitch. And again, keep an eye out for that, guys, on Facebook. The most up-to-date with the youths social networking app.
I think the fact that we called them the youths automatically negates it, but we're going to move on because we are done talking about the youths. We're talking big picture now, James. We are talking about life itself. Now, Life itself just had a new full trailer drop.
Full trailer.
What was it? It was like 2 or 3 months ago they put out a trailer. We talked about it in our Hitch-Hiker segment.
I think the last time we did a Hitch-Hiker segment was
I think so.
That was in it.
Mm-hmm. So
how was it, Kevin?
Oh, we both gave it a never need to see.
Oh, no.
So that is sitting in our coveted never need to see vault. As far as the trailer is concerned, we kind of hope not. But there is a new trailer now.
That's right.
Is more hope. We are doing a segment called Trailer Tune-Up, in which we take a look at a trailer for a film where we've already reviewed one of the trailers.
Even though it was a quick rapid-fire review, it still counts. That was a review.
Yes.
And now we got to tune it up.
Yep, we're going to go a little bit more in depth. So this is Life Itself. It is written and directed by Dan Fogelman of This Is Us fame on TV.
You don't remember that guy's name?
We just watched the trailer a second ago.
Oh,
they make it a really big point to throw his name up as much as possible. So.
In one eye and out the other for me.
Oh, okay.
With that guy's name, I guess.
That's fair. But yeah, this is starring a bunch of people. We got Olivia Cook.
Yes.
I always mix up the Olivias. I'm so sorry to all the Olivias out there.
You were about to say Olivia Munn. That was it?
I was going to say Olivia Wilde.
There's so many Olivias.
It's just too goddamn... Anyway, we got her. We got Oscar Isaac. We got Antonio Banderas. We have Annette Bening.
Yep.
Holla.
Mandy Patinkin, baby.
We got Mandy Patinkin. Yeah, it's a pretty stacked cast. And the trailer so far is basically just giving us a slice of life. It is
itself.
Thank you. Mostly focused on Oscar Isaac and Olivia
Munn.
No, wrong.
Wild.
No. Fuck, it's Cook, isn't it?
No, Cook is the Ready Player One girl, who is also in this movie.
Is she also in this? They have two Olivias?
Don't look it up.
No, we're not refusing to.
We're professionals.
So Oscar and one of the Olivias is just starting their kinship.
Yeah.
And you see their relationship blossom and flourish as the trailer goes on. We do get little slices here and there of other people. Who is Antonio Banderas and how does he relate to anything? Fuck if I know. Who is Annette Bening and Mandy Patinkin? The parents of Oscar Isaac's character.
Yeah. We get that one by context, but everyone else is sort of just like, who are you in relation to everyone?
Yeah. Who is Olivia Cook? We don't really know. Or she's the one that's dating Oscar Isaac. There are just so many Olivias. We're so sorry. But really the gist of it is there is one line of dialogue / VO where one of the Olivias says, our lives have heroes and they have villains, and the heroes think they're villains and the villains think they're heroes. And in the larger scheme of life, you might just be a bit player in someone else's life, or you could be a villain and potentially not even know, which is sort of an interesting theme. So the fact that there are so many characters interconnecting does play into the themes of the movie. But what do we think about the themes and so far the content that we have right now? And I'll start. Still not that impressed.
No.
Okay, yeah. It's an audio medium, so I'll just narrate. James shook his head.
I shook my head, and then I said no.
Yeah.
I did, so... You brought up the villain hero line.
Correct.
I really enjoyed that aspect of the trailer. Mm-hmm. They didn't end up doing anything with it.
Not a goddamn thing.
But it was nice.
Yeah.
And you almost think, does that actually have anything to do with this movie at all? I don't know.
And bear in mind, I am not opposed to slice of life movies. So I sat through and fucking enjoyed every minute of Boyhood, which was 3 hours, by the way. But this seems to be in a weird boat where it seems to be postulating that it has insight, but I haven't seen any of that insight out of this trailer.
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, I'm not expecting for it to give me all of the insight, because then otherwise wouldn't have to watch the movie.
It would have all the answers, and then what are we doing here?
Yeah, but with basically by just giving us a theme and no real sense of conflict, there's a montage toward the end of the trailer that has Oscar Isaac scowling at a laptop and people looking cross at things.
Yeah,
but
I'd say that's accurate to this trailer.
Yeah, but without any real hinge of conflict through this, I find myself not that invested. I think the only thing that I enjoyed was the pregnancy joke.
The pregnancy joke was a great bumper.
Yeah, great bumper.
Great bumper for the end of the trailer.
And it's
totally agree with you.
Much needed, too, because I definitely think films like this can get so caught up in trying to, in quotes, say something. And it is really nice when those films remember, hey, if we're doing a slice of life, life is oftentimes really goofy and funny and strange, too. And I was happy to see that there, but ultimately, is that enough to turn it around for me? Nah.
I like to say movies like this tend to get stuck in their own sap. And that was a nice...
That's a really good way to put it.
Thank
Holy
you.
shit.
I said I like to say, but I actually just thought of that just now.
That's really
cool.
cool. Yeah,
patting myself on the back.
Start saying it.
Patent pending. James on Trailer Hitch coined it. Anyway, that joke did a great job of jarring it a little loose of the sap that the rest of the trailer was just drenched in.
I agree.
Especially the beginning. The
Yeah.
beginning is just like, oh, are you going to ask me out? Haha. And then it's just like this long, overly written out monologue from Oscar Isaac of like, I haven't asked you out yet because it's going to be the most amazing moment of my life and I need to get it perfect. And like, if I don't get it perfect, then that will have all these repercussions on the rest of my life. Wink and a smolder. And then she go, hoo-hoo. And it's like, what happened just now?
The movie could have totally won me over if her reply to that was just, what?
Yes. Point out how sappy he was being. She's like, she
Just
goes,
fucking say you want to take me out.
if she's like, did you write that? Are you reading from your hand? Because
How
you're looking
long have-
down a lot.
How long have you been practicing this for?
So yes, I think this trailer falls victim of getting stuck in its own sap, Kevin.
All right, patent pending. I'm still at a never need to see with this.
Yeah, I'm still at a never need to see. Now,
right.
it moved the needle a little bit for
It did.
me.
Yeah. It went from fuck to
Yeah, but this is still I have no interest in this.
Yeah.
So there you go.
agreed. All right, cool.
Tuned it up, baby.
Tuned it up. It's leaving the shop the exact same way as it came in.
right.
But hey, we're not miracle workers.
Don't
here.
tell them. Just let them figure it out.
We got the money. Whatever. All right. So
What's next, Kevin?
Next, we had mentioned earlier in the episode, Hitchhikers. So we review trailers rapid fire.
Yeah.
And this is a time segment, and if we miss our target time, we have to watch a movie that we both gave a never need to see rating to.
Right. Yeah.
But
what?
We're actually going to be doing that right now. We're actually doing another Hitchhiker.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Fantastic. I was not prepared. Just kidding. I'm very prepared.
I would hope so. It takes a lot of prep work.
Because we have 9.
We
right?
do have 9 trailers.
We have 9 trailers, so it's pretty quick, guys.
Yeah, all right. Well, it has been a while since we've done a one of these segments, sir. So what you thinking time-wise?
Damn it, Kevin, I was going to ask you and put you on the spot to come up with the time this time. Because I feel like you always are the one to first ask. And I have to go, how about 8 minutes? And then we go, and then you go, no, that's dumb. How about this? And I'm like, you're right, that sounds better, Kevin.
Do you want... well, we can reverse the roles right now. 7 minutes.
I think we can do that.
I feel bad
shooting-
because the first time I pitched something,
Oh, you
didn't say that's dumb. We're doing that.
You want me to be harsh on you?
You can be.
That was stupid, Kevin.
Okay.
You're dumb. You're a big dummy. Dummy head. Let's do 7 minutes. That sounds great, Kevin.
Boy, I'm glad we worked that out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. James, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm presuming you, the listener, are ready.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd pause this. Here, we...
Oh, wait.
What?
Sorry. I need to get a timer out, don't I?
Yeah. That'd probably be good.
Oh, sorry, timer.
And once again,
stopwatch.
while he's doing
Sorry.
this, I will just note to people our format for this is I give you the title, I give you a little synopsis, I give a mini review, James gives a mini review, we move on.
And then and we and then we just keep going.
Yep.
So I'm ready to hit start now. Kevin.
Are you
I'm
now?
So ready.
Are
Yeah.
you sure? Here we go. Searching. It's about a father searching for his missing daughter, all from the comfort of his laptop. All right, well, a bit less flippantly. This seems indebted to Unfriended, but by keeping the threat secular and having a running theme of the lies we spread about ourselves online and how unconnected it makes us while connected, I'm totally intrigued. I'm grabbing my charger. Need to see.
Taking the Unfriended computer screen only format and making it a mystery drama, that could be all right. While the editing and music did a great job at building tension, I still found myself not really caring about the mystery at all. Searching for all the fucks to give. Never need to see it.
Holy shit, okay. The Night Eats the World. It's about a zombie apocalypse and the madness it creates, both from an emotional context and a, zombie context, I guess.
Makes sense.
Well, I'll be damned. Zombies are still a thing. I'm admittedly a bit burnt out on the genre, but the gunshot through the floor and coaxing the undead with a wicked drum solo got a couple eyebrow raises out of me. Not going to the restaurant for this, but I might order it on Postmates late one night. Need to see more.
People have been saying it for a while now, but I wasn't quite ready to agree until now, I think. I think I may finally be burnt out on zombie stuff. Even though it looks like it does some inventive stuff for a movie claiming to be the most innovative zombie movie since Shaun of the Dead, this sure isn't marketed as a comedy, which was weird. Need to see more.
Fair. Juliet Naked. It's about a woman writing a scathing review of an album to stick it to her dick boyfriend, only for the musician to strike a kinship with her, throwing her love life into stringent doubt. Definitely a romantic comedy that asks me to pick between dick boyfriend and musician, and, I mean, they gave me nothing negative about the musician. He's a trade-up in every way. But there's some charm in this trailer. Lastly, there's a critic quote that says this is a movie star turn from Ethan Hawke, and that seems like kind of a fuck you, doesn't it? He was really good in First Reformed. Come on!
He's good in everything.
Really
Need to see more. Okay, big Ethan Hawke fan, big romantic comedy fan. I like the rest of the cast as well. It looks charming, and even the plot doesn't feel stale or overly familiar. Yet, there's still something about this trailer that doesn't really hammer it home for me. I'll be peeping for more Juliet naked in the future.
Hey.
Need to see more.
We the Animals. It's a coming-of-age story about three brothers growing up in a wholesomely chaotic household. The second I saw a coming-of-age drama from Sundance, my brain went, nope! And I got to see my mind change over the course of 2.5 minutes. Taking the good middle portion of Tree and Life and skipping Sean Penn fucking around on a beach, We the Animals gives us a taste of growing up in a poor, fractured, but ultimately loving household. Lyrical, but I don't want to punch it in the face. High praise. Need to see.
I didn't get most of that. Okay, excellent tempo to the trailer, but it takes too long to get to the goods, man. I'm all for building up character, but come on, you got 2.5 minutes to hook me, and with the good hook that you do have, you take over a minute to get to it. That telephone scene, though, that had me.
Yeah.
Need to see more.
But lyrical. Along Came the Devil. It's a really loose remake of Along Came Polly. For real, though, it's a demon possession flick. Okay, real talk. I completely missed what the fucking scare was supposed to be at the 40-second mark after 2 watches, and nothing in here made me want to go back for a third. I'll give it some points for the trailer going for creep factor in the middle portion, but then the close shot of the demon girl made it all kind of feel for naught. Along Came the Devil, and I dodged that shit. Never need to see it.
I would be fine with the slow build of the beginning of the trailer with the girl walking into the room if there was more to this trailer than just 4 seemingly detached scenes, but there's not. That's all it is. Plus, you expect me to read a paragraph-long title card in 2 seconds? When hell freezes over, never need to see it.
Sarah Burgess is a loser. It's about a teenage girl uncomfortable in her skin who gets a guy's number, wrongly texted to her. But they strike a fancy and the teenage girl enlists her pretty rival to catfish this dude. We've all been there. The early portions of this trailer, especially the bathroom exchange, made me agree with the title. But I found my cold, brittle heart warm and hardened in the back half. You're not a loser, Sierra, but I'm a bit busy to date right now. Need to see more.
Hashtag revenge for Barb from Stranger Things. First
Damn
of all,
right.
Okay, timid teen has troubled life. Stereotypical mean girl as villain. Nothing new there. Oh, that's a fun direction and use of modern technology. Loving the mean girl, timid girl team up. Yeah. No. Don't you dare show me the ending of the movie with them meeting. You are so close to being a perfect rom-com trailer. Oh well, even though it's not perfect, it's still need to see it for James.
Oh, okay. Extinction. It's the 2011 movie Take Shelter if it had a second hour where the apocalypse actually happens. Yo, if the apocalypse happens anyway, why do I gotta watch a dude say the apocalypse is gonna happen for half the trailer? Never need to see.
Cool, so it's like War of the Worlds with premonitions and Michael Pena. The structure of the trailer isn't bad. I like the setup of Pena seemingly like he's losing his mind, but you spend too much time on it considering you reveal in the trailer that he's not losing his mind.
Right.
Overall, that looks mostly forgettable. Nothing to invade theaters over. Never need to see it.
Okay. The Miseducation of Cameron Post. It's about a young woman sent to a gay conversion camp discovering her resolve as a person. Presumably, the camp ain't thrilled, but fuck them. An intriguing coming-of-age premise that preaches self-acceptance. The humor mostly lands, and though the theme seems self-evident, it's a heartbreaking reminder that you had to dig your heels into the ground as an identifying homosexual in that time. But a heartwarming story about someone who did. See you in class. Need to see.
As heartbreaking as the core concept is for a gay coming-of-age film, I could not get over the audio mistake at 26 seconds in. It was so bad, Kevin, that I had to watch multiple videos to make sure it was legit posted to the internet that way. It was.
Wow.
Otherwise, this seems good, but not as much fun as something like Love, Simon, which I really like the way that looked. Need to see more.
Mary, Queen of Scots. It's about 2 queens, one ruling Scotland, one ruling England, starting as friends and ending in war. Medieval, or whatever period this is, politics flicks routinely do nothing for me, and though I appreciate Margot Robbie fucking going for it here, I just can't give this the Oscars it clearly wants. If it's your bag, please give it a watch, but for me, it's a never need to see.
I'm confused. Are they sisters? Are they cousins? Are they neighboring queens? Or are they co-queens of the same territory? And I guess first to get knocked up wins the world? Seems like super Oscar bait. but that doesn't have to be a bad thing when the performances look good. And it looks like there's some decent battle scenes, which is nice, but I just can't root for a leader who reminds us twice in 2 minutes that she's better than everyone else. F that noise, need to see more.
And
stop! 6 minutes and 18 seconds,
Fucking
Kevin.
look at us.
Look at you, man. Look at you. 7 minutes was perfect.
That was, yeah.
Because I felt the heat. I was like pulling my collar.
There were definitely a couple of reviews where I was going through it and I'm like, oh, I should have cut this shit in half. We're never gonna make it. But
we made it.
We did in
Congrats.
fact make it.
Cheers.
Yes, congrats.
Let's drink some whiskey here.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that searching didn't do anything for you. I thought that it was a pretty intriguing concept.
I just like at the end of the day, I could never see myself going to a movie theater to buy a ticket for that.
Excuse me, did you see Unfriended?
I saw Unfriended, but I didn't pay for it.
Well, yeah.
And I was glad I didn't pay for it.
I was about to, okay, so that clarifies what you thought about it. Yeah. I
didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but it like
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah, I thought the character work could have been improved in Unfriended, and I think this is all character, and so
which is nice.
Yeah, which is
and
nice.
It's not a horror film.
And ultimately, hang on, we're getting into a trailer review here. We're treating this as if it's a main drag. But we do have main drags.
Yes, we do.
I kind of feel like a schmuck. We usually tell this shit right at the beginning.
Well, good. You look like a schmuck, Kevin.
Is it the beanie?
It's not the beanie. No, it's
my face.
All right, it's the beanie.
Just took my hat off. God damn it. All right. Now that I don't look like a schmuck, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to be talking about. We are doing a themed episode on period pieces. So we got 3 movies for you. We have The Favorite. We have Colette, and we have Mandy. Now, if you...
What period does Mandy take place in, Kevin?
Here's the deal. So, The Favorite takes place... It looks to be, not medieval. I'm making a hand motion at you because I have no idea what that
I don't know.
Called.
Like, maybe...
Horses, carriages...
Mid-1800s?
All the women have corsets and look stressed. We have Colette, which appears to be maybe like 1800s, about a female ghostwriter. And then we have Mandy, which is a post-apocalyptic thriller. Now, technically the post-apocalypse is a period. Did it exist? No, but a period nonetheless.
Yeah.
So we're going to be getting into all 3 of these.
So it's a vague theme is what you're saying.
Aren't all of our themes vague?
You're goddamn right they are.
Yeah. We're just on brand. All right, so... James, what are we talking about first?
We're talking about what you said first. How about that? Let's just dive into The Favorite, which is...
Are we fucking seriously duck season, rabbit season each other?
The Favorite, because we both remembered it and pointed at each other to pick which trailer... We're doing The Favorite.
All right, let's do it.
Dearest Queen, how goes the kingdom?
Did you just look at me? Stop it!
I am the queen. But you are mad. Throw! You look like a badger.
I've sent for some lobsters. I thought we could race them and then eat them.
Is there cake?
Be gone!
Let's shoot something.
I should have you stripped and whipped.
I'm waiting.
This is The Favorite, but will it be a favorite with us?
I don't know.
This is directed by Yorgos Lanthimos.
Never heard of him.
Sorry. The Lobster.
No, I've heard of him.
Okay, yeah, all right, sweet. Strangely enough, this is the first thing that he hasn't written that he's directed. So this is actually written by Deborah Davis and Tony McNamara.
You're crushing it, man.
Thanks. All right, so this is starring Olivia Colman. We got...
Another Olivia.
I know.
Jesus.
Jeez, what is the deal? Emma Stone, Rachel Weisz, Nicholas Hoult, a random shout out because we here at Trailer Hitch, we like to give random shout outs to lesser known cast
We
members.
thrive on it.
We thrive on it, absolutely. So I'm going to shout out Frank Gordon, who plays the courtier. Hey, Frank. Good job, bud.
Good job, Frankie. You're my boy.
All right, so what's going on in The Favorite? Here's what's up, ladies and gentlemen. So we got a clearly off her rocker queen. What's the country? What's, at stake? We don't really get that much. It's mostly just playing on the madness and strangeness of this manor. And
Sounds like English accents, so maybe England.
I guess.
Could be.
I guess that's
Could
a
be.
safe
Sure,
assumption.
Sure, why not?
But everything is off kilter, not just in tone, but like the way it's shot. There's a lot
the camera angles are very unbalanced
Yeah, definitely.
in a very interesting way.
You know, it's all... I think the director does a really good job of composing things like it is a painting of that era, while also still having everything feel slightly off.
Yeah.
His camera placement in particular, he likes to kind of have the camera at about waist high or so, and it makes for a really interesting image. And then on top of that, this trailer is just vaulting joke after joke at you. You got, I figured we could race some lobsters and then eat them.
Yeah.
You have
Maybe a nice nod to his other movie, The Lobster.
Could be.
I like to think so.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the content, we don't really have that much to go off of from a story perspective. This is mostly just setting up style, it's setting up tone, and what do you think of those things? I really like them.
Yeah.
And I mentioned earlier for the Mary Queen of Scots review in Hitchhikers that this sort of genre is typically not my bag at all. And that's true of, I mean, goddamn, man, when I have insomnia, I just throw Braveheart on and I'm fucking out within 15 minutes.
I've never seen Braveheart.
I haven't made it all the way through either. But the point that I'm trying to make is, as someone who isn't crazy about the genre, this, I think, imparts what I think I am usually missing from this stuff. It's usually missing a sense of fun and a sense of, you know, just like that off-kilter energy.
Sure.
Because most movies like this, for me, just feel very stuffy. And this is all but stuffy. You know, we have a woman target practicing off of a suit of armor. Mm-hmm. Is someone in there? I don't think so. But I mean, who the fuck knows if someone's going to be in it by the end of the film?
Also practicing on just throwing birds in the air.
Yep.
I think that's what I saw. So, yeah, we got a lot of shooting practicing going on.
Definitely.
Questionable
and
shooting practicing.
Clearly, it's all rooted in Rachel Weisz's character just fucking hating her situation, and this is her way to de-stress. And there's, I think, a lot of fun to be had in this trailer. It is definitely marching to the beat of its own drum, as is true of every trailer and every movie that this director makes.
Which I can respect.
I am a fan of that style, and so I'm pretty sold on this, but how about you?
I've only seen The Lobster from this guy. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the trailer for The Lobster.
Yeah.
It gave us a really good blend of humor and also a sense of what this movie is about. As ridiculous of a concept as it was, it still kind of gave you what this movie's about.
It made it palatable.
Yeah. So now, this trailer, like you said, there's more comedy to be had here. And in my opinion, like, kind of better comedy. It's really good comedy in the trailer, but there is nothing of what this movie's about.
Sure.
And like you kind of saying how Rachel Weisz is like just kind of cringing at her own situations that she's in. Like, I didn't get that at all. I didn't get a contradictory thing. I didn't get anything. I didn't really know any of the state of minds of any of the characters other than the Queen, who's just like a, you know, royal pain in the ass because she can be, because she's the Queen, and it, you know, that plays for laughs too. Are you looking at me? Did you look at me?
So good.
It's so good. The humor's great in it. I love the humor. I love the style. But I can't even take a guess as to what, like, the story of this movie will be. Like, is it just comedy of these, like, three women, like, chilling? I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I really liked those two aspects, the style and the humor. Really, like, had a problem with how little it gave me.
To be fair, this is a teaser trailer. So
oh, is it?
It is, yes.
Oh.
So this is only a minute. It's only giving us just kind of a taste of what to expect. And as of right now, I think that the goal isn't to give us what the content of the actual movie is going to be.
Sure.
I think it is just kind of letting everyone know this is what you're basically in for.
Well, I didn't know it was a teaser trailer when I sent it to you. So maybe it should have been in the teaser trailer showroom, but too late. It's in the main drag. You snuck by us, the favorite. you snuck by us and you made it in as a teaser.
It does say in the title of the...
I didn't see it. I wasn't looking.
That's fair.
There's a lot of trailers. I was juggling a lot of trailers. But, okay.
So now reframing your argument.
Wow, that's really interesting. Okay. I don't know if I'm looking at this as just a teaser, which we don't normally give ratings to. I would say this is an extremely effective teaser.
Great.
So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence here because we need to give a rating because it snuck in. It snuck into the main drag.
Yep.
You get to get judged, buddy. And so I'm a little on the fence here because I want to rate it as a trailer, but that would skew its rating a little bit. Why don't you talk a little bit? I feel like I'm spinning my wheels.
I would say that overall, I'm really happy with this. Style, doing a lot for me.
Yeah.
I think all of the performers look like they're just crushing it. Olivia Colman especially, I'm just loving every inch of her performance as this mad queen. But that said, Rachel Weisz I think looks really good. And to be fair, the explication of she has to take this shit and now is out target shooting, and the targets that she is shooting at are progressively looking more and more human is something that I just sort of explicated just from watching it a couple of times.
Sure.
It doesn't immediately leap out to me. But I think that if you look kind of closely at how it's edited, there is a little bit of a story there without necessarily beating it over the head, which is why ultimately I was cool with talking about this as a main drag trailer.
Yeah, okay.
Because even though it is a teaser, I think it is setting up some aspects of this while still kind of just giving you a tonal palette cleanser.
Well, now I kind of wish I would have watched it a few more times then, especially if the editing lends itself in a way where you can kind of glean bits of Rachel Weisz's character at least from it. Because
do you want to watch it right now? I mean,
no, I know. I don't know. No,
I'll give it a need to see. How about
giving
you?
it a need to see it? I would like to. I don't know. It's difficult for me. I think I'm going to give this a need to see more, if I'm being honest with myself. But based on the fact that this is just a teaser, though, I guess it's a really high need to see more. Because, which what we talk about constantly, that's the mark of a perfect teaser, is being really, really high need to see more, right? It entices you to be like, oh, I liked things that I saw in this. I need to know more. So that's kind of what this gave me. So I'm going to stick with that. I do, after the episode, I will watch it a few more times and see if I can glean those little things that you picked up on. Because I really like that stuff too. And when I do catch on to them, I get really excited. But sometimes it doesn't happen.
Well, and to be fair, the humor and the way that this trailer is cut, because you really don't linger on anything too long.
Oh, it's quick. It's biting.
I think this trailer is 70 seconds in total, and it is an assault on the senses for that 70 seconds. And so,
even without context of what the hell's going on, I thought it was funny.
Okay.
So what we're telling you, audience, is you need to watch it at least 8 times.
Yeah.
Back to back to back to back.
To be fair, that's
to back
only...
to back
Wait,
to back.
hang on. I'm going to see how my math skills are. That's only 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Please write in at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com if I did the math wrong, because I'm not fucking doing it.
I'm going to guess no.
All right, that's fair. All right, cool. Well, that was our bit on the favorite.
Yeah.
Sometimes transitions are really hard. I just wish that I had like a ghostwriter or something who could come in, just write a transition for me, and then I can take the credit.
Sometimes transitions are very hard, but sometimes we're going to talk about Colette.
That's a really good one.
How was that?
That was really good. Thank you.
Thanks.
May I introduce to you my new wife, Colette?
The wild days are done, eh?
On the contrary, the wild days have just begun.
You've married a literary entrepreneur.
You've married a country girl without a penny to her name.
We're doomed, aren't we? Willie is a brand. I take all the risk and there's still no money. We need more output. You could write.
My school stories?
Yes, that could be Willie's next novel.
Are you writing for him too?
Yes.
He's made you one of his ghosts already.
My name is Claudine. I live in Montigny. I shall probably not die there.
It's beautiful.
We've never had one fly off the shelves like this before. And do you know who's buying it? Young women.
Really?
Willie, your book will change the world! Claudine!
Subtle as ever.
I have a little plan to turn Claudine into the most popular girl in the entire world.
I believe Willie based Claudine on your school days.
Yes, I think I had a little something to contribute.
It's about a ghostwriter and it doesn't have anything to do with Drake. That should be interesting. This is Colette.
I don't get that.
Drake is accused of having a ghostwriter.
What? My life is over.
Yeah.
Drake is a rapper.
He is a rapper.
From Canada.
Yes.
I know what I'm talking about. Moving on.
Anyway, Colette is directed by Wash Westmoreland. This is written by Richard Glatzer, Rebecca... Oh, God, I'm so sorry, Rebecca. Linkwitz. Sure. And also written by the director. This is starring Keira Knightley, Dominic West, holla, McNulty.
From The Wire.
Hell yeah, man.
I've never seen it.
It's so good. And our random shout out is going to go to Johnny K. Palmer, who plays Paul Heon. Hey, Johnny, good job, bud. You're in a movie.
Applause. Golf clap. Very well done.
All right, so what do we got going on here? This is about, first of all, period piece.
Yes.
Set in, what is this?
I don't know, 1800s.
Yeah,
Why not?
they're carriages. I don't fucking know.
It's a very popular time for movies.
Anyway, we have a husband and wife. They are a part of a publishing house, and the guy, played by Dominic West, is like, I'm out of ideas. I don't know what to do. Publisher wants something, though.
You can write for me. Light bulb.
And Colette goes, fine. So she writes something, and suddenly they have a hit on their hands. And not only do they have a hit, they specifically have a hit with women. And it appears as if...
A new demographic has opened the doors for them.
Apparently, they can think. What? So... Now with this added pressure, Colette is like, I should really fucking take credit for this. Like, just to be able to say a woman wrote from a woman's perspective could be really empowering.
Yeah.
Dominic West is like, are you out of your fucking mind? We're going to just like lose all of our money and yada yada.
Yeah, yeah.
It also turns out that Colette is gay. I presuppose either bisexual or... Dominic West is just an elaborate beard. And we're focusing on Colette as she rises from the wife of a publisher to a credited successful author to then wrestling with the question of should I come forward and say that this is me?
To model for tuxedos.
Yeah.
Which, looking sharp, I might add.
She was looking good.
She, was rocking that tuxedo as she walked out.
So... James, I'm going to start with you. What do you think of this trailer?
I think that my mood shifted as I watched it. I thought it began very eye-roll worthy and very stuffy, like you said. I think stuffy is a perfect word for it. It dives right in there. It's like there's no establishing shots. There's no artsy anything. It's just hard cut. It's like
the beginning is definitely kind of rough.
It's curtains, and it's what's his name, McNulty, whatever.
Yeah,
McNulty and Keira Knightley just having a conversation with a third person.
In medias res, I think is the term for it. Yeah, where you just jump in and okay, I guess we're going.
Which does not work for trailers.
Nah.
In my professional opinion, as a trailer review critic.
You're goddamn right.
It just doesn't work. It's too, especially in a world where there's advertisements before trailers on YouTube. Mm-hmm. There's usually those 5-second runoffs of the trailer summed up in 5 seconds before you get to the trailer itself. It's just such a weird thing to start a trailer with when you're dealing with all these uncontrollable things on the internet. Mm-hmm. And that's where trailers live these days, is on the internet. Obviously, you see them in the movie theater too, but you don't have any control of what you pick to watch there. Bottom line, I don't like that. Then it cuts right to, like you said, McNulty just being like, oh, hair pulling out. I can't think of anything. Oh, but you can write for me. It was just so overly theatrical and just wow, this is very... Like, I get it. It's a quick way to get to the goods of the trailer I like to say. You know, get to the goods sometimes. You don't want to dwindle too long. But that just seemed, like, weird. And,
Yeah.
After that, I started enjoying the trailer. So, once I saw Keira Knightley really enjoying her albeit ghost success. But she was enjoying it. Like, on her face, you could tell how proud of it she was.
And it was interesting to get the dichotomy of McNulty standing on a table and taking a bow and being loud and boisterous, and her just off to the side going, he's
with a drink, too. She's just like, sure, man.
Yeah.
You do you.
Yeah.
I wrote a pretty good book, and that's all I need.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert, it's probably not all she needed. It was all she needed in the moment, but obviously things can't continue that way. Like, you get taken advantage of, and especially people don't understand where you're coming from when it comes to you writing more stuff or wanting to write different things, which the trailer does a good job of. Hey, you need to keep spitting out more, what are they? Colvilles?
Colvilles?
Cobalts? What's the book she writes? Claudine. Claudines. Sorry, it's confusing because I wanted to say Colette, but that's her name. You need to keep spitting out more Claudines, and it's like I moved. That's the story I wanted to tell. It's done. Let's move on to other stuff. And he's like, no, we need to make more money, and like that kind of stuff was interesting to me too. And then once they started peeling back her layers as a character and diving more into her sexuality, then I like really started getting into it again. It was like it came in waves of me appreciating it more and more. But the beginning is really rough, man. Anyway, those are my general thoughts.
Yeah, and I think for the most part I agree with you. Definitely as it went on, I felt myself getting a bit more invested into it. I do have a soft spot for stories like these where effectively that person who is made as a servant all of a sudden realizes, I don't fucking need you. Like, those stories are always pretty interesting.
Absolutely.
Where those people find their voice. And for Colette's case, she finds her voice not just as a writer, but also starts to find her voice and her strength as a person, too. And I think that that's a really neat story to tell.
I mean, we both are like massive, huge fans of Mary Shelley.
Yeah,
and I saw a lot of Mary Shelley inspiration in this trailer.
Yeah.
Like, the makers of the movie probably saw similar, parallels with Mary Shelley.
Sure.
Writer of Frankenstein, pretty much overall badass.
Pretty much coolest fucking person ever.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Beside the point. We're talking about Colette.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll agree that the beginning was definitely rough for me. Definitely the in medias res start is just... It was off to the races, and it fucking shouldn't have been. It should have just given me a little bit more flavor for what was going on with these characters.
Yeah, flavor is good, yeah.
And after that, she has to determine whether or not she should come forward. I think the last shot kind of gives something away, which I'm sort of bummed about.
Can you remind me what the last shot is? Sorry, I'm just...
and I guess if it's in the trailer, it's not really a spoiler.
It just didn't stick out to me.
It's her in the tux walking out onto the bare stage. Sure, out of context, it might be a dream sequence or something like that. But at least as far as the trailer presents it, to me it feels like she is going out to say, fuck you, everybody, I love Claudine.
Right, yeah.
And that feels like that's a bit much. In addition...
I'm Willie, bitches.
That first inference of you should take credit for this does not come from Claudine. It comes from someone else basically going, I mean, if I was fucking you, I would say I wrote it. And I always appreciate it when characters are their own driving force for what they want changed. Versus...
At least it was another woman.
At least it was that.
At the very minimum, it wasn't like a man telling her you need to take credit for it and then her listen. Like, that would have been a bit much.
Yeah.
But I see your point, though.
Yeah, in addition, the thread with her being gay or bisexual, it's Dominic West's character saying, you were clearly fucking flirting with this one dude. And she goes, that's not what was happening at all.
Your jealousy is misplaced.
Yeah.
Which is the perfect description of that.
Great line. But then she's like, I fancied his wife. And then it just sort of leaves off there. And it's like, that's a real big bombshell in a trailer to just like not comment on, or
No,
how does this affect their marriage after that? Did he know?
I think she phrased it in a way where because what she actually says is, your jealousy is misplaced. I was interested in his wife. And I think a socially blind husband, or not, maybe socially blind is bad, but you know, an ignorant husband,
someone who isn't emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, he's not really in there. He just wants to hear that his wife isn't into another guy. The second he hears it, he probably shuts his brain off and is just like, oh, thank God. Yeah, his wife, yeah, she's interesting. Cool. You know, like that's probably, I think, what she's probably trying to spin by not just coming out to her husband outright in that moment, because I felt like she was keeping some cards to her vest a bit.
Okay.
That's how I read it.
To be fair,
anyway.
the way the trailer is cut is as she's saying, "I took interest in his wife." We get Colette just eye fucking this.
Oh, definitely, but he's not around for that.
But he's not around for that. That is a fair point. But just in the way that it's presented in the trailer, it did sort of like
totally,
like tip a little bit. But I think you make really good points. That's it. Yeah, overall, I think that as we kind of deduced with a couple other movies that we were reviewing tonight, this does definitely look like it's hungry for an Oscar or two.
Yeah.
But at the very least, I feel like there's a bit more there than what's typical of Oscar bait movies. I definitely get more of a sense of, hey, like these themes and these ideas are really good.
Yeah.
And I think Keira Knightley looks like she's killing it. I think Dominic West is going to be effective as the dick husband. And so overall, I'd need to see more.
Okay.
But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah. I mean, essentially what shot itself in the foot with it is it's still stuffy.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, it's stuffy. The content and what it's about gets more interesting as it goes, but the style's stuffy, man. Yeah. So it's straight up a need to see more for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, to get off of the stuffy train, let's go into the post-apocalypse. Again, technically a period. Let's talk about Mandy, in which Nicolas Cage fights a guy with a chainsaw.
Look, we have some words.
So what you gonna do with that thing?
I'm going hunting.
So what you hunting?
It's crazy evil.
You think you're so in love? I'll show you love.
Oh man, they wronged you. You exude a cosmic darkness.
It glowed from within, strange and eternal.
Are we not men? We are Mandy. This is written and directed by Panos Cosmatos? Sure.
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah. Co-written by Aaron Stewart-On. This is starring Nicolas Cage, Andrew Riseborough, Bill Duke. Our random shout-out is going to go to Haley Saywell, who plays Sis. Hey, Haley. Good sissin'.
Sis is my favorite. That is my favorite part of the trailer.
All right, so the opening of this trailer, we start with the classic Universal logo, kind of letting you know that this is going to be a throwback. A throwback to what, you say? Appears to be 70s to 80s horror.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right?
Continue.
Anyway, so everything is bathed in red or blue lights, clearly indebted to Dario Argento.
Don't know what that is.
Italian filmmaker. The guy who made Suspiria, the original one.
Okay, which I haven't seen, but I know a little bit about through you.
Motherfucker loved bathing everything in color. But anyway.
Yeah.
So Mandy starts with Nicolas Cage's character and his wife laying in bed. Everything is right in the world. Everything is happy, even though things are clearly...
I never got it. Everything is right and happy in the world at any point in this trailer. Which part are you talking about?
Homeless people, they're clearly very much in love with each other. It doesn't matter if the world around them is totally shit. But anyway.
Okay.
So they're happy together, and his wife is out walking one day, and someone sees her walking. And he demands, I want this woman. And so this fucking motorcycle gang, and these guys look like a combination of monsters and members of Slipknot come into their home and kidnap his wife.
Right,
and then, torture Nicolas Cage's character. He forges this weird fuck-off scythe thing. And
it's like an axe.
Yeah,
a scythe axe.
I'm going to go after these people.
Yeah.
And that's the trailer. Everything is weird and batshit. We get some animation thrown in there. We get promises of insane violence while giving us a couple glimpses of said violence, though pretty brief. And that's what we get. Nicolas Cage finally seems to be able to be in a movie where his super over-the-top performance makes sense for the movie.
Yeah.
Like this movie, and certainly in the way the title card is presented, this movie feels like a death metal album filmed as a 90-minute piece. Like, everything is just insane and bombastic and pushed to the extreme for the sake of being pushed to the extreme.
Yes.
And so you started off with what the fuck. For me, as someone who really enjoys metal, I'm fucking all about this trailer. This looks like it's a ton of fun. And the way I'll put it is, Mandy to me, I think is either going to make my top 10 of the year or it's going to make the bottom 10 of the year. And if it's anywhere in the middle, it's automatically going to the bottom 10, because how do you fuck this up? Everything is set up for you. You have Nick Cage just being fucking goofy as hell. You have promises of extreme violence. You have like this really off-kilter, stoned, hazy vibe going on through this trailer to make everything... It kind of helps give everything sort of a detached vibe, which, if this is going to get insanely violent, I think will be necessary. And considering the end is someone pulls out a chainsaw that's like 8 feet long, and Nicolas Cage screams as he fights the dude...
Yeah.
I think you kind of need that added layer of detachment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this just gets depressing.
I mean, you know the saying, don't bring a chainsaw to a bigger chainsaw fight. What are you doing, Nick Cage?
Yeah. I think that's a Louisianan.
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, those are just my go-to thoughts. The second trailer got done. How about you, man? What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, I mean, I opened with what the fuck, mostly because that's accurate. I mean, right? Like, everyone...
Oh, I agree.
Even if you, like, hated this trailer, you still probably would go, what the fuck? I did not hate this trailer. The second he, like, picks up that, like, battle axe and it just, like, shimmers like something out of, like, a cartoon, I laughed out loud, but it was so much glee, you know, just blissful laughs. And I was just happy. I don't understand how something that looks like that could make me so gleeful.
Yeah.
It was weird, and I don't know how they did it. It was crazy.
I think it's because it's that over the top.
It was nuts. Like, we talked about Hereditary, and I'm not going to say specifics from Hereditary in case people
sure
want to avoid spoilers for it. But there's some, like, very intense... violent things that happen in that.
Yes.
I feel like this is going to be more so, but it's going to not feel as intense because it's going to be too much. I'm going to be having too much fun with it.
Agreed.
Even though, like, even worse stuff might be happening. Everything's in the way it's shot, man. You just need to bathe something in red, and apparently it's just like, oh, this is fun now. But yeah, you nailed it. Nick Cage looks like he looks like he could turn to the camera at any moment and go, I'm home. This is where I live now. and you would just go, that makes sense, Nick Cage. You do you.
I'm happy you found it.
Yeah. We're all gonna
You've clearly been looking for this for a good 20 years of your career.
We're all enjoying it too, Uncle Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I just couldn't stop. I think after the axe scene, I laughed maybe like every 20 seconds just at something that was ridiculously silly and violent and just fun. I loved it. It was great. It was great.
And that's
a need to see it.
It's a fucking need to see for me too.
Cheers, sir. I mean, how could it not be? It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
Yeah, this is obviously, we really like it. You, the listener, you should go. You should see this trailer. The movie comes out in September. James and I will be seeing it. We'll report back to you in a trailer in the rear view segment where hopefully the movie lives up to the promise that this is giving us.
I mean, fingers crossed, man. I've never wanted a movie to live up to the trailer as bad as I want this to live up to this trailer.
All right, man. I think that about covers
That'll
it.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, so unless you have something, I'm going to get into my spiel.
Get into your spiel, man. You're
you
feeling it.
Can listen to us on iTunes, and while you're there, you can rate and review us. If you don't want to listen to us on iTunes, you can listen to us on Stitcher. You can listen to us on WordPress. Feel free to like, rate, review, comment on any of those platforms. It sincerely helps us. We sincerely appreciate it.
We have one more review and one more rating than we did last episode.
Oh, really?
Really. We're at now 12 ratings.
Ooh.
I know. It's exciting, guys. A dozen ratings. And 8 reviews. And it was positive.
Oh, okay.
It was
All right,
positive.
yeah, that was
Don't
my
worry.
question. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm still waiting for that negative review. I want it. It's gonna make us thrive to do better. But I mean, I guess you can't if you're.
But as of right now, unless that comes, we're just gonna keep half-assing this. And you can see us half-ass on Facebook. I would say we're half-assing on Facebook, but we're clearly not because
you and me are half-assing on Facebook.
Yeah, we definitely are.
But someone isn't.
Fucking our bad movie correspondent and your roommate, Jenny
That's
Hawks,
right, my roommate
has taken over our social media accounts. So if you've been like,
we didn't let her. She just took it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we didn't fight about it.
I mean, I wasn't guarding it.
No.
It was left open for anyone.
She's been killing it, so you can see her post a lot of really great content.
On Instagram, too.
On Instagram, please follow us at
Yeah.
Trailer Hitch Podcast. Please feel free to follow us on Twitter at Trailer Hitch Pod. You can also reach us via email at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com. We'd like to give a shout out to Danny Schmitz from Lost in a Name for our awesome intro song.
I love it.
We'd like to shout out Casey Clowers for the bitchin' outro, which you will hear momentarily. We would also like to shout out Rachel Ashley for the great cover art that you can see on iTunes and on Facebook and on all the social medias. You can go take a look at those right now unless James has something to say.
No.
All right,
I got
cool.
nothing. I got nothing.
All right, cool. Once again, go Croatia or France or...
You mean congratulations to both of those
Yeah,
teams.
unless another country bombards its way in during the match and is like, we have won the World Cup now.
It sounds like something England would do.
I don't think France... France certainly won't put up the fight, and clearly Croatia just is like, we don't have the manpower to stop you, so just go for it. Anyway.
You can't mount holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
And that's just a sense of fun. It could be a fucking helicopter transporting sick kids right now, and you're rolling your eyes because of our podcast.
I hate them.
Oh, God.
No, I'm just kidding.
Get well soon, children.
We're cutting that.